good, y'all? Welcome to The Lighter Side of Life, episode 4. It's been a minute. I don't know if it was the flu, I don't know what it was, but I was super sick for like a week, and then it just set me all back behind and everything. But now I am back, and we are here for episode 4. My hair is doing what it wants to do, but whatever. So let's get into it. So episode 4 is titled Fall 7 Times, Get Back Up 8. And I'm sure we've heard this saying before, fall 7 times, get back up 8. This is 4 ways to never give up on yourself. And to me, that's kind of what the fall 7 times, get back up 8. That's kind of just what that means, is that no matter what comes your way, no matter if you feel you falling, no matter if you feel you may not be on the path that you want to, you can always get back up. It's always up from here. So the first way to never give up on yourself is to always have hope. You always have to have hope. If you lose hope, you lose not everything, but you lose sight of everything. When you have hope for everything. It's not just a general thing like, oh, I'm a hopeless romantic. I have hope for love. Oh, I have hope that I'm going to get this job. Oh, I have hope that I'm going to have this life. It's applied to everything. It's a universal word that can be applied to everything that matters in life. And it's also a mindset about how you should feel towards things, how you should feel towards life, and how you should feel towards yourself. When you always have hope, it's always light at the end of the tunnel. It's always a positive thing that's near, even if it may seem far away, right? And that's kind of what that fall 7 times, get back up 8. What allows you to get back up 8 is having hope that, okay, this too shall pass. Okay, this didn't turn out the way I wanted to, but I still believe that I can accomplish this or I can accomplish that. Never lose hope, no matter what situations happen, no matter who, what people, what circumstances or whatever come into your life and try to make you feel certain types of ways about yourself or your path or your direction. Always have hope. This is number 1 because I'm not going to say it's simple, but it's a simplistic type word. You know, like I said, that kind of varies across different things. So that's the number 1, to just always have hope. Always know that there is brighter days coming. You have hope and you have chance for another opportunity to make things, not even it has to be better, but to get back on the path that, you know, has you just in the most optimistic spirits about life and about yourself. The number 2 thing is to keep a positive mindset, right? I talk about this a lot, and this is probably one that kind of is an overarching thing for a lot of these topics that I'm going to talk about, because it's really important to keep a positive mindset. When you do that, it applies, again, most of these things are kind of already applying to everything. When you have a positive mindset, you look at the best case option instead of the worst case option. Like I hear people say, what is it? I plan for the worst or prepare for the worst. Expect the worst, but prepare for the best. And I think that's so backwards. It should be expect the best and prepare for the best as well, or prepare for the best option, right? And that's keeping a positive mindset. Is it difficult? Yes, because you almost have to like train yourself, especially if you're one to overthink or if you're one to think negatively based off of just how things have been in your life or how circumstances are. You really have to like stop in an instant and train yourself to be like, you know what? I'm going to get out this negative mindset. I'm going to think positive. Oh, this is happening to me. I'm not feeling this, but you know what? At least this or at least that. That is a simple step to having a positive mindset. And it's crazy because a lot of the stuff that I talk about, it seems, you know how I just relay it seems so simple, and it really is, but it's hard because we've been so conditioned. We've been so trained, we've been so used to and so comfortable with ourselves and how we move and how we operate. We could have put up like defense mechanisms, everything to protect ourselves, to protect our energy, to protect whatever. But a lot of things in life are really simple. We just make it complicated, you know, by overthinking or thinking about others or thinking too far ahead or how is it going to be, trying to protect ourselves and things like that, right? So when you have a positive mindset, things tend to flow much easier, you know, because it's just like, all right, what can I look for that's good? That's how you start to have a positive mindset. What can I look for out of the situation that's good? I was driving today, taking my son to school, middle of a busy road, car just stops, right? I'm freaking out, like, oh my goodness, what the heck? The car was just rolling, we just talking, check engine light come on, everything like that. Caught me off guard, had to call a tow truck. Turned out to be just a fob error or whatever with the battery. Had to call a tow truck. Police came, people was on, you know, helping us get over. All that happened, right? And still I made it to work, and I was just like, well, at least I'm here because I had an important meeting. So I was like, well, all right, at least I made it for the meeting. And then, you know, it was like, okay, everyone knew at work. And so they were very like supportive and things like that. Well, at least I have a job, you know, where people are supportive of things when they go wrong. Stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? Small little things. At least no one hit me. At least this. Small little things that you pick out to keep that optimistic and that positive mindset. The third thing, take things one thing at a time. This is very important to always having hope and not giving up on yourself, because just everyone, we go through life, it seems like it's always one thing after another. This happened or this happens. And if you allow yourself in your mind to view it like that, like, oh, it's always this, it's always that, it's always that, then yes, that's what it's going to be, because that's what you're envisioning it to be. It's all about like your mindset and how you view it. But if you take things one thing at a time, it lightens the load a little bit, and it makes it a lot easier to grasp and to handle, you know? So if things are taking a turn in your life, or there are circumstances that keep happening, or you're not your best self, or you don't feel happy, or you have all these things that you need to take care of, take it one thing at a time. And I talk about this a lot too, because like I said, some of these things just are just overarching when it comes to, you know, just walking in peace and walking with God and just having, you know, being your best self and things like that. But when you take things one thing at a time, it makes it easier to, you know, check it off. It makes it easier to attain goals, and it allows you to focus on the flow of progress over perfection. Because a lot of times we want things to be right, or we want it to go a certain way. We don't look at it like, oh, well, at least we going, at least we making progress, at least we're moving towards this and moving towards that, by taking things one thing at a time. And that's really good when it comes to like goal setting too. If you have a goal that's like far-fetched, it could seem so difficult to attain. But when you look up, if you just take things one thing at a time, this and this and this and this and this, you look up and you've accomplished that goal, then it makes it easier to do that for other things. So taking things one step at a time, one thing at a time, is just a stress reliever for yourself. It allows you to focus on the bigger task, but kind of like biting down and like how you can tackle it. And it just takes the pressure off of just like life, like I said, because we have so many things going on, and it just allows us to be able to just focus on this one thing, you know, and then tomorrow I'll focus on this, the next day I'll focus on that, and then finally, you know, you're done with that, right? So just take things one thing at a time. Don't try to, bite off more than you could chew. Don't try to take on, don't say yes to this and yes to that and yes to that. No, just one thing at a time. Keep yourself sane, keep yourself at peace, keep yourself chill, keep yourself focused, right? The fourth thing to never give up on yourself is to pray. And I kind of left this one last because it's the end all to be all. You know, when you pray about everything, you worry about nothing. And that's a saying as well, too. And if things aren't, again, going the way you would want them to, or you feel like you're giving up on yourself, or you feel like you're not your best self, you can always pray. And you can know that, you know, it's a matter of praying with faith, you know, and like I always like to say, living your life as a moving prayer. So if you feel like you're hopeless, or if you feel like, you know, you're not your best self, or you don't know how you're going to do this or how you're going to do that, if you have faith, then when you pray about it, it's taken care of. It allows you to move a little bit differently. That is also very hard for us to grasp too. It's simple, like I talk about, very simple, but it's very hard for us to grasp, because it's like, oh, I'm gonna pray about this, but I don't see any action. I don't see any results. I don't see anything happen. Will it be like that? It's like that in the beginning. But if you pray with the faith, knowing that, you know what, God will take care of it. I'm gonna just keep doing this, keep doing what I need to do, taking one thing at a time, keeping a positive mindset and having hope and faith, things will begin to work out, and God will always make a way. Like, it's just facts. And then you can begin to almost like, well, I'm not going to say control like your day or your life or things like that. But when you have faith and when you pray and you have hope and things like that, you can just know that intentions that you may be trying to set, or plans that you may be having, plans that you may have, or things that you may want to do, can flow a little bit easier if you just kind of give it to God. You know, you just give it to God and let it go. That's a real thing. Giving it to God and let it go. Does it take a lot? Yes, because you have to build that faith up within yourself to stop worrying and stop stressing and things like that. Is it cliche? Have we heard it a lot? Oh, just give it to God. Just pray about it. Just pray about it. Yeah. And so it kind of waters it down a little bit. But to those that live that and really believe in prayer and have noticed or have seen the power of prayer in their life, it really does work. And that's why I just kept it last and kept it just simply put to just pray about everything, worry about nothing. So that concludes the four ways to never give up on yourself. Always have hope, keep a positive mindset, take things one step at a time, and always pray. Now, I'm not saying that these things are just going to magically just make things work and make things happen. Will they make it easier if you try to do these things? I think so, because I've experienced that, and I've held on to these things, especially to keeping a positive mindset and switching my frame of mind, switching my thoughts and everything like that. And it's allowed me to be even more optimistic about life and just excited for, the path that I'm on, because life is really like a journey. A lot of times we get held up on what happens in the journey instead of focus on just the flow of it and the path that, we're on. Even if there is no end destination, we don't know where we're going, we don't know this, we don't know that, you can still enjoy, the flow of life. Or even if you can't enjoy, even if there's circumstances that don't allow you to enjoy it, you can still be grateful, that you're here on this journey, right? So hope this helps. If you like this video, please be sure to comment down below some things that, whatever you liked, or if things, resonated with you. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.